See, I want to be blessed. I want to be blessed. I want to be blessed to feel blessed. You see, I want to live my life in the overflow.
Another Tuesday, another show. Another Tuesday, another show.
Well, it's time for me to start to elevate. Been down too long, time to graduate. Mount up my wings like an eagle, you see. Turn all my dreams to reality. Ain't nothing on the earth gonna hold me back from my heart desires. He promised that if I have faith, if I believe, faith is our of a mustard seed. I want to be blessed to be a blessing. Prosperous life, it's like no more stressing. That won't know me from the moon to the sun. He'll keep blessing me in every session. I got to do something with this life we give. It's meant for me, that's what I wanna live. As long as I got God on my side, the hater just wanna have to let me fly.
What we doing? In the overflow.
In the overflow.
I wanna be
blessed when I go. Don't you want to live in the overflow? Yes, I am.
In the overflow.
In the overflow.
I wanna be blessed when I come, blessed when I go. Don't you wanna live in the overflow?
Yes, I am. In the overflow. I'm blessed when I go.
Hey, 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 hey.
Yes, I am.
Old school on y'all. In the overflow. Blessed when I go.
Don't you want to live in the overflow? So we got to speak that thing into existence. Because it don't happen.
Hey, 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 hey.
So you got to repeat this after me.
See what you said, so you can say what you heard. Come on. What? All right, y'all. That's it right there, y'all. That song is called Overflow by yours truly. Y'all can go get that thing anywhere, man. Anywhere. It's out there. And welcome to Overflow, the Everyday People Show. The show where folks like who? Me and you get to just come on live and just chop it welcome. And today we got a lot to talk about, y'all. We're going to be talking about this Breonna Taylor case. What went wrong? We had a brother in place to set this thing off for us. And what did the brother do? See, they prove that your skin folks ain't your kin folks all the time. See what I'm saying? And we also going to talk about buying black while we at it, y'all. Y'all got to support these black business owners out here. But I got a horror story to say about a black business owner that I went to this weekend that throw caution into the wind. But we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about that. You got the presidential debate going on tonight against two old grumpy white men. They gonna duke it out tonight, y'all. We're going to see the first one give out a breath, lose the debate tonight. So without further ado, let me bring all my co-hosts in this piece tonight. He hails from Scotland. What's up, dog?
What's up, brother?
What it do?
Man.
We got a boatload of folks on this show tonight, man. Y'all share that, folk, man. Y'all share this live with y'all peeps, man. You know what I'm saying?
I had to bring them in.
Yeah, you got to, man. What's up? Oh, I see my boy JV in the house, man. Oh, what he got on? My boy JV Jermaine in the house, baby. Jermaine, ain't no on tonight. Jermaine, you got a game going on tonight too, man.
Nah, ain't no game going on tonight.
I
No
see you
game.
looking the other way already,
We
man.
got
That's what I'm
debates.
saying.
We just got debates going on.
Nah, I'm
Debate
good.
don't.
Debates going
Hey,
on.
debate don't come on till we leave, man.
That's right.
Yeah.
Debate don't come on till we leave. Who there? Who? My boy back again. My boy TB. What's up, man?
What's up, man?
Hey man, you ain't gotta wear your mask on the show.
I'm going. Listen. I'm going remote. I'm down on Black Wall Street in Greenwood, Tulsa, Oklahoma. Can y'all hear me? Yeah. So
we hear you. We hear you.
You know, there's people coming by. You know, tourists passing by and everything. So you know, might be some droplets dropping off. You know. So,
all right, I see. We got my boy Dro Junkie back, man. He gonna, hey man, you gonna pass some of that weed tonight, man. You gonna pass some of that weed tonight, man. I'm saying. You ain't gonna smoke all the weed by yourself tonight, man.
Yo, what's up?
What's
Hey,
up,
what's up,
fellas?
dog? What's going on? Oh, y'all know who we got bringing this thing next, man. This man, he told me don't call him. He told me don't call him Fitz. He said don't call him
don't
the
call him
government
that.
name.
Government.
So, we gonna call him Foo. What up, Foo?
What up? I didn't say nothing about government. I said I'm not in the military. Who uses last
Okay,
name?
what that government?
Yeah.
What's going on, fellas?
what's up? What's
What
up?
What's up,
it do?
everybody?
What it do? I'm saying, y'all, what y'all want to jump in this thing, man? Y'all want to jump on this thing? We're going to jump right on into this Breonna Taylor thing. What happened, man? We got a brother as the DA, man. What happened? You mean to tell me he chose the red over the black? Come on, man. What's going on? We had it set up in our favor. We had a black man
No. Keep
in
going.
play.
No. Keep going.
What's up, Charisma?
Hey, you know I'm about to go in.
Let's get it. It's the show is on. We live, bro. We live, bro.
I know we live. Hey.
So watch this.
Yeah,
So
man.
the grand jury wasn't about Breonna Taylor at all, was it?
Nah.
It was about they were trying to protect the wall, I guess. They would charge the man with shooting the wall.
Yeah. It was actually the neighbors. The neighbors were the one that was complaining. Well, they was complaining about the gunshots and them being endangered. So that's how it kind of ended up going from the real topic to what going on endangering the people that lived in the same apartment. But besides all that, that no knock warrant thing, man, that like Charles will be on in a minute. He's gonna be talking about that same thing they did to the Panthers, man. The same situation, bro.
I'm gonna play a little clip from the from a news station in Kentucky. They catch everybody up on what's going on up there, man. You know what I mean?
In the Breonna Taylor case has filed a motion to have records public.
Oh, the coffee shop. It's just straight down. You see what they eat outside and left us? Just cross over there. Just cross.
Kentucky Attorney General Daniel Cameron said that he will comply with the judge's orders and release the recordings in court on Wednesday. And he also confirmed that he did not recommend murder charges to the grand jury, a charge that many protesters and Taylor's family were calling for. CBS News correspondent Adriana Diaz is with us now from Louisville to talk a little bit more about this. So, Adriana, just break it down for us. What is this grand juror asking for in this motion, and why is it a major change in this case?
Vlad, Anne-Marie, I cannot overstate how shocking we all were when we saw this notice to file a motion yesterday. It was sent to me by an attorney, and here's what it says. A juror who was in the grand jury proceedings, who was part of this secret selective group that reviews whether or not charges should be brought in this case, is asking that all the proceedings, all the transcripts be released, and also asking to talk publicly. And they were really careful about the wording. Grand jury proceedings are secretive by nature. They want people to be able to make their judgments on whether charges should be brought in cases and in crimes without fear of retribution, right? This is really the core of how this system works. But this juror is asking to talk. And what they did to kind of find a loophole is say, can I talk about what didn't happen? Can I talk about what charges were not presented, what defendants were not presented, as a way to kind of circumvent, the fact that the whole proceedings are under seal? That's one part of this. And sorry, the planes fly super close to the ground here in Louisville. Another part of this is that the Attorney General is going to release the recording of these proceedings, but not necessarily because of this grand juror's complaint, but because a judge ordered him to yesterday, and that is a judge that's presiding over the case against former Detective Brett Hankerson. He was arraigned yesterday. He pleaded not guilty.
All right.
And as in part of that arraignment, the judge ordered the grand jury to release all of this information. The Attorney General to release all this information. The Attorney General could have appealed, but in a statement late last night, we got it around, 11 p.m. or so, the grand jury the Attorney General dropped this bomb saying that he would comply, but he wasn't happy about it. I mean, he says in this statement, he says the grand jury is supposed to be a secretive body. It's apparent that the public interest in this case isn't going to allow that to happen. It says he and his team have an ethical obligation not to release the recordings, but they are bound to do so by this order. And so he says, despite these concerns, we will comply with the judge's orders to release the recording, and releasing the recording will also address the legal complaint filed by an anonymous grand juror. The news was breaking left and right yesterday. This case is really unraveling. And once we have this information, it really could crack it open.
Oh, so dude never did file murder charges. He never did file murder charges. That's crazy right there. He had no intentions of filing murder charges.
Wow.
We talked about me and Jermaine talked to Darren about this the other day, and Darren was saying that pretty much there will never be murder charges brought up against a cop because it'll never stick because of the charge of murder. Right. But once again, we live in America where one rule applies for one group of people, but it doesn't apply for the other. That Somalian cop who looks like us that was in Minnesota that killed that white woman by mistake, he's a cop who got charged with murder. So, once again, the same rules do not apply for us. Honestly, I ain't got no reason to get mad. I ain't got no reason to get hype about it because guess what? This ain't nothing new. Expected nothing less. So for me, it is what it is. It's fucked up. There's another story behind what really happened that people supposedly not talking about. I ain't even gonna bring that up because people want to say, well, it's only this one story, this, that, whatever. So it's deeper than what people are saying, allegedly. Whereas part of the story is she was not shot down in her bed. That's one of the stories. That's not what she was killed. So, but I don't even want to get into that because, once again, emotions are involved. So with emotions being involved, it ain't even worth it because then you're going to have motherfuckers saying, well, why would you say that shit? This, that, whatever. Bottom line is another one of us is gone and you got more cops that's not getting charged. But what I will say to you is this. This is coming from two lawyers. So I'm gonna stress this based on legal terms. They said, let me talk about two lawyers, two female lawyers, one I know personally. He had every right to fire because they didn't know who it was. But whenever you fire on anybody, no matter who it is, they have the right to fire back. So you're talking about cops on top of this. He shot one of the cops. One of the cops got shot in the leg. So once that cop got shot, all that shit null and void. It didn't matter. Because once again, if I shoot at Charisma and Charisma shoot back, I can't be mad if Charisma kills me because I shot. You have a right to defend yourself. So the way they talk about with the legal terms of this shit, and all of it's fucked up. And it's a difference between shit that we normally see because what usually happens. What usually happens is somebody's unarmed, they get murdered. But I heard a white dude on TikTok or something say something. I don't want to mix it up. Y'all probably get the gist of what I'm saying. He said something about the Second Amendment right is supposed to be for us to defend ourselves against tyrants. But then when you defend yourself against tyrants, you still get charged. You still get killed. So it's like, which one is it? So in this instance, they defended themselves at their home, still got killed. So it's like, you got to throw your hands up, yo. You can't win. This is not, especially not us, because if there were cops that look like us that stormed the house of white people, they'd all be under the jail right now. They had a death penalty right now.
Well, and you're right, cool, but the law enforcement is not considered tyrants. like once again, we're talking about they're in place to protect and serve. They're not. They're under another kind of a whole nother law. They've written into a whole nother law. And we already talked about last week about the cops being slave captures and where it started from. So yeah, they're not tired. They're not considered tired. They're the protected and to be sent upon or to be sent to places where they feel that things that's not within our law is wrong, that people are doing wrong, the wrongdoers. They have to go there to establish a certain kind of enforcement to see if whatever you're doing is right or wrong. But once again,
the one thing that stood out to me in the grand jury was that I think about 11 witnesses say they never heard them say they were the police. And the one juror who said it, they actually came back and changed their mind and say they heard it. So they sided with one person over everybody else who said they didn't hear it. So that's the one thing that stood out. And they used that one juror who really changed their mind about that they hear the cops say we're the police. They changed. They initially said they didn't hear it. Then they changed their mind and said we heard it. And they took that one juror. They took that one juror testimony and used that. And that's the one thing that really stood out to me. I said, well, how you take one juror over one witness over all the other witnesses who say they didn't hear it?
Right.
That's the one thing that stood out to me. And that juror and that witness who said they heard it, who they used, say it was a recanted testimony that they came back and now they say, oh yeah, I did hear it. And that kind of like stood out right there. I'm kind of like, hold on, something going on with this.
They have to get their story straight. So when you got time to get your story straight and intimidate witnesses and do whatever the fuck you're gonna do, that's why I said there's no need to be surprised. And once again, a civil case in this case, two completely different things. That was also explained to me by the lawyers. But the other thing about it is, if I'm not mistaken, in Kentucky now, they have the Breonna Taylor law, right? This new law that they switched because of no knock stuff.
Right.
Why would you name a law in the name of a person who basically was supposed to be killed because of the way shit happened? That doesn't make any sense. That's why, like, this is one of those instances where logic, it doesn't matter. Logic doesn't matter in this case. That's why for me, I can't get mad at it. Why would I get mad over something I expected?
But that goes to what you say all the time, that they but it's once they throw they name the law after her, they give the parents or the members of the family however much the money was. It's just simple shit to make us shut up. When really we should be talking about and this is to expand on what you were saying about the conversation we had with DVP the other day, is that they should have not even brought the charge of murder. It should have been I remember what he said is like second-degree homicide or something like that. They didn't even bring the right charge of it, because to prove murder you have to have the intent. So the intent had to be there. So why are these people that's supposed to be knowledgeable and lawyers and all this stuff, why are they not even, we have to ask, why are they not even going for the right charge to even make some of this stuff stick? Everything is always murder. And then the cops go, and then we wonder why the cops are getting off. It's because you can't charge them for murder unless you have something saying proof that it was intent. So we have to go a little bit deeper into the system.
See, here's the thing about this case right here. It was purely political. Soon as I saw Muscat Mitch, I knew the fix was in. And this boy saying, Mitch like my daddy. What? He like a father to you.
Bro, he spoke.
Get out of here.
The DA or agent, whatever the fuck he is, he spoke at the RNC.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, and he had the nerve to say her name, and I'm saying, dude.
When you factor in shit like this, that's the reason why. Like, Okay. Now we talked about if you're gonna be a cop, you need to make sure you live in the community where you plan on policing.
Right.
If you're gonna be a district attorney, if you're gonna be a judge, if you're gonna be an AG, all of that shit. To me, the same shit needs to apply. If you're not from that particular area, how can you relate? Now, mind you, I ain't never killed nobody. I'm not really a gun person like that. I know I got to change that because of the times and everything like that. And I've never really had friends that died based on that, like gunshots and all that shit. People have died in my, of course, I do deal with death. But to me, that's the type of job you got to be able to feel that. Like you have somebody go through the ranks. You have somebody who might have been a community police officer who ends up becoming a lawyer and shit like that and move up to that type of position. The fact that certain people are just appointed and shit like that, it's bullshit because how can they relate to what's going on? If you're not from the hood, how you gonna work in the hood? You can't. Like, you can't relate to what the fuck is going on. It's impossible. But then when you start factoring in the law and the way the law is and everything like that, it's a fine line. That's why I said to y'all, I got a criminal justice degree from Rutgers University. The one thing I will never forget from my class, my professor saying, criminal justice in America is all based on discretion. You can choose to give motherfuckers a pass or not. You could choose to not. And what we see when it comes to us, we don't get discretion. We don't get the benefit of the doubt. And unfortunately, it's common. It's fucking normal. Motherfuckers y'all realize, and I know some of y'all probably deal with it, motherfuckers are getting murdered right outside your house, and we deal with it like it ain't nothing. Because it always fucking happen. Gunshots. I know for me, an ambulance or a cop car, back at home, ambulance, you hear that, if you don't hear that shit at night, you think something wrong.
Yeah, that's true.
That's all you hear.
Hey, what's going on, y'all?
What's up, brother? What's going on, man?
Hey, nothing much, man. Sorry about the backdrop, but I had to come in to work. I had somebody call out on me.
I'll just go ahead and introduce yourself to the crew, man.
All right. My name's Harris Snipes. I'm from the ATL. My previous experience is prior law enforcement. I was an investigator for OSHA for about 5.5 years, and I also was dealing with a lot of fraud cases. And I just want to say thank you for having me come out with y'all tonight so I can get an opportunity to try to get some of this confusion, in the air about this Breonna Taylor case. Because I had a lot of questions, and it's a lot of stuff that's not being answered. And now it's a lot of stuff also that's coming out, that's just not right. People changing their answers.
Hey, man, we thank you for being on the show, man. This is your show. If you own it, it's your show. That's how we do it.
Appreciate it. Glad to be here.
Yeah, we just been touching on it, man, on the case itself, you know what I'm saying, about the grand jury proceeding and all that. And now I see that one juror has filed to release some stuff because they feel like they were misrepresented by the DA. So I don't know what's going to go on with that right there, how they're going to handle that, and what's going to become of that. I don't know if you heard about that or not.
Yeah, I just got wind of it, and I was kind of wondering myself how they were going to handle that because they were already sworn in to, handle the case. And now that the case is over, some type of fraud should be implemented in that, because it's just not fair. The case wasn't handled fairly, to be honest, from the start. And I knew something was wrong when they already start boarding up the town. You kind of get that feeling where something's about to go down.
Yeah. That ain't gonna be favorable to the people.
Actually,
exactly.
The witness was coerced in their testimony. That's what it's called. It was coerced. Basically, they was told by the attorney general and his staff for them to answer certain questions a certain way. That's called coercion. So they was coerced in that. But the thing of it is, it's like, with Breonna Taylor and everything, like I said earlier, the case wasn't about her. The case was about, like y'all said earlier, the wall. So where do we go from her? How do we get her case to be heard by a grand jury, you know, of her peers. You know what I mean? To, you know, that's the thing. We got to get it where her case can be heard. Her case wasn't even heard, man. You know, it wasn't, you know, it's like we gave you this 12 million. We ain't gonna, you know, they don't need to hear about you no more. Basically, that's what they were saying, right? When y'all think,
Yeah, and I think in that case, the grand jury, see, they don't have to disclose what they're talking about in that room. You know what I'm saying? They don't have to let you know. So what I'm thinking, they didn't present the jury with all the evidence to begin with, to even fight with, because he never had any intentions of filing for any kind of murder case. You know what I'm saying? From what I'm hearing,
right? It wouldn't be murder, like I said earlier. You can't. A police will never get a murder charge. It has to be like a manslaughter charge, like
Right.
Terrence Crutcher.
Right.
This case
Yeah.
was manslaughter. It's always It's always a lesser charge. The one up in Minnesota, I think it's manslaughter one. It's a low case murder charge because he had intent after he got him on the ground. Then there was intent on that boy's neck. So his case is just a little bit different. But as far as police and catching murder, they won't never catch a murder case because the intent is not there. They'll do manslaughter or some type of lesser type charge, you know. So, but it's just sad that, you know, we can't get her caught. I don't know what it's going to take to get, you know, her case heard before a grand jury, you know. Even, you know, see, a grand jury is private, but they you know, they like, okay, it's enough evidence to go to court. So what they did there, they basically plea bargained their case out.
Right.
We're gonna charge these. You gotta realize when we go to court behind police stuff, you know, the prosecuting attorney is kind of riding with us now. Normally, you know, they be against us. We have our own paid lawyers, but here the prosecuting attorney is supposed to be on our side. That attorney general is supposed to be on. What I mean by our side, because you know our people's getting killed by
the
you know
people,
officers.
yeah.
So you know.
But that only works when you have money and pay for your own lawyers. If you ain't
Right.
pay for your own lawyers, that ain't gonna work. And like you said about
Right.
the manslaughter thing, about police officers, they already sworn in under another oath of law. So when these type of things happen, it doesn't apply to them because they're doing their job. See, it's all about a job. Like you go to work, when you at your job, and something happens to your job, you sign paperwork every day, like safety paperwork or state. Like when I go to work, I got to sign a safety sheet every 2-3 weeks, saying it's a new safety law that happened. I mean, a new safety case. Somebody that hurt themselves. You know, somebody that cut their finger off. They cut their finger. You got to sign the paperwork saying it's something new that happened. So if this happened to you, you signed it, you're going to get in trouble for it if you're not following the guidelines, regulations on the ocean or whatever like that. Same way with police officers. They take an oath. They take an oath. They supposed to, well, the oath state's supposed to serve and protect. But, you know, and the people on, you know, that they coming to check on throughout the day or whenever they have a situation. Only time they probably give a cop murder if it's been on video and they see it straight up. You know, if it ain't, I mean, cop been murdering for years before we had camera phone. It just ain't been recorded. Yeah, I mean, they've been killing way back since the 40s, 60s, 50s, man. Come on, man. You go back all the way back during those times.
Right.
You know how many people didn't hire their sons and racist cops that hired their sons and nephews and sheriffs and hired them in the law enforcement, and they didn't kill black folks, hung them up, killed them, got rid of the evidence, and ain't nothing happened. Like that show came on. I know y'all remember this movie, bro. It was called, and my dad made me watch this. It was about that cop in Georgia that was raping them black boys and burying them in the backyard, and they ain't know nothing about it. He was a gay cop back in the 50s, and the cops they was investigating it, and the only way they found out because they tripped over a motorcycle handlebar because one of the cops saw him. A cop saw him doing it, and he killed the cop and buried his motorcycle in the yard and killed him. But when they dug out the motorcycle out his backyard, he had all the bodies in his backyard buried. Black boys, he done raped, pick him up on the side of the road and killed him. A cop, a sheriff. Yeah, it was a true story. My dad made me watch that. Well, that stuff been going on, man. It was a real story. Y'all raping black kids, picking up black boys, raping them, and burying them in the backyard.
I tell you something that. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
I had an incident some years ago. We was working with the drug task force when we had East Lake Meadows out. Uh,
Uh-huh.
we went out to deal with a situation. To basically, they wanted everybody out of East Lake Meadows. They wanted it emptied out, so they sent us out there to basically evict and enforce the vacancy on the property. And I had this one cat that was a partner of mine. Man, it was always to me he was kind of sketchy off rip. Since I've been paired up with him, like on a lot of stuff that we would do together, he was the type dude that would disappear. While either serving warrants or he would just randomly just up and disappear. Well, one time we ended up serving somebody, and this cat shot and killed this guy in his own house, because him and the guy's baby mama had something going on, and basically he went to go defend her. She didn't need his help. He ended up shooting and killing the guy. Now he in prison for life for murdering the dude. But the thing about it is, they had subpoenaed me on the case. And the thing is how they handle cases like with officers and stuff, man, it is different. They look at us in a different light because you get held to a different standard. And the thing about that is that you swear on an oath to protect and to serve. And also you should know, you know your boundaries. And no officer, I don't care who you are, you cannot go out there every day doing your job scared or have corruption on your minds. We gotta stop all this corruption first and foremost. Because it's been going on for a long time in every single department, Fulton County, you name it. All these departments then had a lot of corruption in their department, and it's been a lot of crimes in the books and stuff. And needless to say, I ain't gonna say no names, but I done seen a couple of case files that's in Fulton County right now that officers are going to be locked up for committing crimes against the young black youth. Like I stopped an ex-partner of mine from beating on this young girl downtown by Magic City. The girl just crossed the street, and he charged her with jaywalking. But we call it pedestrian in the roadway now. So he snatched the girl by her collar and slammed her on the ground. We ran over there to help the poor girl. She was like 16 years old. And I'm like, "What you doing, man?" And the whole thing is he got bent out of shape. Ain't gonna tell me, well, you need to go back to where you were and mind your business. Like I told him, first of all, partner, you don't handle nobody's kids like that. You wouldn't like nobody to handle your child like that. The kid was just walking. You know how kids do. They don't think about stuff at the spur of the moment. They just do it. So, and that's been a long-standing thing for years with Atlanta. The Red Dog got dispersed because they had a lot of issues. It's a lot of stuff with police all over, not just Atlanta, but it's just that this right here caught my attention because it's sad, man. And the way that they served that warrant was unjust. And that poor girl lost her life because they were negligent in doing their job. And then they contaminated the crime scene, and then somebody videotaped themselves. I don't know which of the idiots videotaped themselves of talking about the crime scene and what all to do and who to wait on and stuff. And that's another thing too that I think they need to go back to making the body cams where you cannot cut them off. They should stay on 24/7 and string to the cloud. Because when you're able to actually physically cut your body camera off, that allows you to get away with whatever you want, and that's what's taking place a lot lately. It's getting overwhelming now.
Yeah, but to play on what you just said, and you being in law enforcement, the body cams don't matter. We seeing shit now, and they still getting off. It don't matter.
Right? Yeah, that's true.
I mean, shit. We watched Rodney King get his ass whooped. That's technically the first body cam, technically, and they got off. Nothing has changed. It's like, that's why I keep saying we in a situation where we kind of stuck. We damned if we do, we damned if we don't. If the shit happened and we say that it happened, they get off. When we say that it happened, got the proof that it happened, witnesses, camera, all that shit, they get off. It don't matter.
Yeah.
It don't matter.
The same thing happened with me with that. I told you about that cop, Officer Ball, that white cop. I was in the right, but he sent the black guy there. Black guy was on his side of our own folk, talking crazy, don't even know what happened. And I got on a full suit. I'm in school and everything. This man don't even know what happened. I got tapped. He trying to charge me.
So they got the cops in the The cops really violated. They contaminated the crime scene too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They did.
Let me play this video right here, man.
A former detective, Brett Hankison, pleaded not guilty to wanton endangerment for firing 10 shots wildly, some hitting a neighbor's apartment. And now video has emerged that raises new questions about the officer's actions. Here's CBS's Adriana Diaz.
Put your hands in the air, get down on your knees!
Newly leaked body camera footage shows the tense moment Breonna Taylor's boyfriend, Kenneth Walker, was taken into custody after officials say he shot an officer in the leg and his girlfriend was shot dead by police.
Don't look back. Put your hands on your head!
The video was published by Vice News along with this one, appearing to show now indicted former detective Brett Hankison walking into the crime scene in apparent violation of police policy. This is reportedly him asking about shell casings before being asked to leave.
That's theirs?
No, that's ours, it looks like. But I'd back out until they get TIU in here.
And tonight, Vice released audio of the SWAT commander who responded, who in this interview with investigators criticized the execution of the warrant and described the aftermath.
It was just an egregious act. I mean, from our perspective, if that's in fact what happened. I mean, if other details come to light, it is what it is. But it's just, it seemed like that there's no target identification whatsoever for those rounds that were shot outside the apartment.
Frederick Moore is co-counsel for Taylor's boyfriend, Kenneth Walker.
If our community is going to begin to heal, the very first step that needs to be made is that the truth needs to be put out.
Put your hands on your head!
People need to know what happened that night.
An attorney for Officer Jonathan Mattingly, who was shot in the leg, says these leaked videos don't show anything substantive and that the officer still acted in self-defense. Meanwhile, the mayor's office tells us that a redacted version of the police's internal investigation will be released within days. Nora?
Adriana Diaz, thank you.
That's crazy.
That's crazy. That's nuts.
See, I didn't get to watch the whole video, but that's insane, man.
Yeah, it's insane. Yeah, it's kind of like, and the thing I hate about it, it's hard to say it's racism because they're gonna say, well, y'all got a black man, the black man, the DA. What we got to do with it? You know what I'm saying? So actually, they use him. You know what I'm saying? They used him. Mitch McConnell and them, they got to that guy, man, and they told him, hey, they told him what to charge with and how to go about doing it. Get him on something. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I'll tell you the truth.
That's crazy, man.
I'll tell you the
that don't make no sense.
Well, they can only use them if they can only use people who are political climbers.
That's why I say there was political. This whole thing was political. You know?
Yeah. I know, and this is why it's so hard for people to believe in a political system because you have people like that.
Yeah.
And soon after he came up with his ruling, he got a call from Trump congratulating him. So that ain't what it is. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. He got a call from
he's
Trump.
A Republican, right?
Yeah, he's a Republican. Yeah, he spoke at the convention, Trump convention. Yeah.
That's crazy. That is insane.
It ain't crazy and insane to me.
I'm not shocked.
Nope.
I'm not shocked at all.
And we talk about Kentucky of all places. So that $12 million have to be paid by the taxpayers. And Kentucky is one of the most bottom feeding states in the fucking country. So the same motherfuckers complaining that or saying that it's good that they got off, they got to pay for the shit. And our people got to pay for that shit. Man, that's why I'm like, man, whatever.
Yeah.
Like there's something new. It keep happening.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. You know, every time you turn around, it's gotten worse. You know, it's just no. You know, as far as politics wise, since Trump got in office, it's been a lot more hate crimes, a lot more stuff going on. You know, I myself had just been through a bad experience with a guy that I had to put at gunpoint, but it's overall, it's just this right here Like I said, I'm baffled on how to fix this. We've been trying to, like you said, it's been happening for years and so forth. But yeah, that's a hard solution right there. I agree with you on that one, man.
The way for that shit to change in any type of capacity, it has to be a united front with the people to say we're not going to take this shit no more, and it has to start locally. Like, we have to demand what we want from our police department. Straight up, that's a fucking fact. It's the first time you've been on this show, and one thing that me and my people talk about is, if you're going to be a police officer in the community, you have to actually live in that community. If you don't live in that community, you cannot be a cop there. Fuck that. No. Nah. Because to me, if you're not living where you're policing, that means you're not paying taxes where you're policing. So what stake do you have? You don't give a fuck. You ain't paying no taxes. Yeah, how is that for you paying taxes in another fucking county or whatever, where your kids might go to school, a better school system? Nah, fuck that. Hell no, yo.
Yeah, I agree. You're right. I agree with that. Definitely.
But it probably kind of be, I understand what you're saying, but I think they're going to be kind of hard to do that. Everybody just police their own community. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be hard to do that.
Nah, it's not hard, because bottom line is, if you make that a stipulation, it's going to force people to decide, do I want to live there and work there? If not, I got to go live somewhere else and work there and hope I get the job. That's what I'm saying. Like, to me, that's a logical between that and what Dick Gregory said, that every police officer needs to have an insurance policy, their own insurance policy. And if they kill somebody, they're fucking liable. It's all on them. So he said it's going to force police officers to make a choice. Do I hate them more than I got to feed my motherfucking family? I bet that shit would stop motherfuckers from getting murdered like it is.
And that sounds like it might be a better thing than cops are just, you have to be from where, you know what I'm saying?
It's not about be from there. You have to live. Tell me what you see wrong with a cop living where they work.
I don't see nothing wrong with it. It just, it basically what you're saying. You're saying this cop, you only have jurisdiction in this area. You know what I'm saying? You can't tell a cop you can only just police here. Okay. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
No, it's what I'm saying. If you're talking about local politics right now, the mayor, the city council, the county commissioners, they have to live where they're working. They have to. You can't live in Douglasville and be a city councilman in Atlanta. You can't. So why should a cop? Why should a cop be able? Right. Why should a cop be a cop in Douglasville, but they live in Buckhead? Nah, fuck that. You got to live where you work. Damn that shit.
Yeah.
So that means you're gonna be policing an area, but you're gonna be living in the area and you're not even paying taxes in the area where you policing. Nah, yo.
And that's something that can be be changed quite quickly. Another thing that can be changed quickly is what I always say. When these law enforcement guys get out of academy, it should be mandatory. 12 months before you need to walk your beat, like it used to be a cop that walk your beat and get to know everybody in your neighborhood, get to know them by name. They know your name. So when shit go down, they get called to these calls. You don't just look like a damn suspect to them. You look like, oh, I know who Johnny Mama is, or I know who Johnny Daddy is, or I know who such and such. That's Mrs. Williams' son, or something like that. It need to be mandatory with 12 months. You need to walk your district. You need to, man your district, get to know your people before you assign any other thing, before you move up to a detective, invest any other, however you move up in the ranks as far as police. That's something that can be changed overnight.
Yeah.
Facts.
So if I come to you, if I'm a cop and I come to Robert's house because the cops got called and I've been interacting with Robert and his wife and his family. I'm like, Robert, what's going on? Come talk to me on the side. What's happening? What's going on? I don't just come in guns blazing saying, and fear for my life because I know you.
Right.
So that's easy. That's easy. That can be done.
Yeah. Now it sounds better now that y'all put it that way right there. When you say that politicians live work where they live, yeah. It sounds better that way, yeah.
Like the cops in Sanford and Son. In LA, they knew they cop.
But I think most of this stuff is just some kind of attitude these cops have, man. They police with a certain attitude. It's almost like they go into a situation
mad.
Upset, like they got to take charge right away. We got to take charge of the situation without asking any question.
But you got to understand where they mindset and where they come from. Most of them are white. So if you grew up in this educational system, everything great has been white. So your mindset is, shit, white nigga, I'm right, you wrong, you this, you that. You know what I'm saying? Imagine if the roles were reversed and we came up in an educational system where everything black was black created this, black founded that, black. Imagine how we would feel. We would feel the same way. So I can't get mad. I can't get mad at them for the way they feeling. But at a certain point, you have to, change your mindset. It's something in you that got to say, "Hey, man, this ain't right." You know what I'm saying? So this is an individual thing. It's not even a race thing. At some point, it's an individual. At some point, the individual got to say in himself and have morals and say, "Nah, man, this shit ain't fucking right."
Yeah, let me ask y'all a question. Have y'all ever seen this movie called with Harry Belafonte called?
No. I
can't say I have. Yeah, can't say I have.
Yeah, John Travolta was in it.
He said
I talk about this movie all the time. It was with John Travolta and Harry Belafonte.
Hell, I definitely ain't seen that shit.
Yeah. You lost me on that one, bro. I ain't seen that one.
Hold on. It was called hey, man. It was
but check this out though. The no-knock warrant. Have y'all heard about how this warrant was obtained, man? And the basis they got this warrant on, saying that they was getting some suspicious packages going to this address. Even the post office, they investigated and say, "No, this ain't true." So how is it that a judge is signing warrants of hearsay? You know what I'm saying?
Because they move how they want to move, and that's where the problems come about. Homeboy said, "How can something change?" I'm gonna give y'all 2 instances where how shit is gonna change. Well, excuse me, 3. Number 1, when a cop actually gets convicted. We already know that's not gonna happen. So let's throw that shit out the window. That's not gonna happen. The second, when one of these cops that have murdered one of us, when they get they fucking ass whooped. One day, one of them cops that did something gonna be out in the street, somebody gonna fuck them up. When that happens, it's gonna send a ripple effect because now the cops can be like, "Oh shit, this can happen." And third, if and when, and I'm gonna use me for an example. I said this before. If I'm walking down the street and I see a bunch of cops on one person, and I see the person not resisting, I'm going over there and I'm grabbing one of them motherfuckers and I'm throwing them off of them. That's gonna be me because that's not the way it's supposed to be. And the crazy thing about that is, am I putting my life in danger? Of course I am. But I'm doing that because that's just my personality. That's how I am. When we talked to Darren the other day, him being a former officer, he told me and Jermaine, we have the right to do that because if we see a crime happening, we have the right to step in. So the crazy thing is, I could take that to court if they were to do something to me, but I also know I'm going to lose because it's their word against mine, which is some normal, typical shit. But until we are able to put the fear in their heart to show them y'all human just like us, it's going to keep fucking happening. Ain't shit going to change. And we talking about random shit. We ain't even talk about like New York and Jersey. where the fucking the real assholes are Puerto Ricans and the other ones look like us. Them motherfuckers don't give a fuck either. We keep seeing white on fucking Nubian people and Pan-African people. Take your ass to Jersey and New York and see what the fuck happens. You're gonna get harassed by somebody who looks just like you. Because it's happened to me plenty of times. I love this shit down here. They leave me alone. I love the South. I'm dead serious. They do not. I have not had no issues with cops since I've been here.
But I can agree. I can contest to that. But like I said, when you do run into the wrong ones that got the problems and the attitudes and the racist ones, like I ran into an officer punk ass bar, that's just where it's gonna be. You know, like I tried to explain this, man. I even tried to talk to him. Bro, I gotta talk to him. I got assaulted. You gonna call in on me, and I'm the one that got assaulted. Then because of the way that person was acting towards him, he just put me in that with that person. That's crazy, man. You know, that's just how they do. Because, you know, I was a clean dude, no felon, no record, no nothing. Just want to mess with me, man. And I had on a full suit and tie. I'm like, well, I look like I'm out here acting like I'm out here assaulting people, man. Then he called the white cop, the lady, she racist as hell. He ain't got no crack on him. Ain't no crack and all that. Like, what are you talking about? It don't even make sense. She following suit. Black dude was even worse. The black guy was even worse. Black cop. You don't need that. You know, I'm like, what's going on, man? Like, I don't understand it, man. I don't understand, man. And the thing I was gonna say was the name of that movie was, y'all need to see it, by Harry Belafonte. It's called A White Man's Burden with John Travolta. And that movie was only in the theaters for only 1 week. You know why? Because that movie shows that it was called White Man's Burden because everything was in reverse. The black man was empowered and the white man was like us. And they took that movie out of theater for 1 week.
Well, I might watch that movie then. What the name of it?
That's why I was laughing at first, like, yo, what? When you see this movie, you're gonna see John Travolta was a short-ass white man. He was going, cops were harassing him. The cops were black. All the cops were black. They were pulling people over, pulled him over. He couldn't get a job. He went to Harry Belafonte's house with a gun, trying to, you know, and he was rich. Harry Belafonte was rich. It was like I think it was his owner of his company or something like that. I don't know. The company he was trying to work for or something. Took the man hostage. It was bad, man. It was reverse. Everything was reverse. Black man all the power. It was all in Congress. It was all everything. And the white man was the poor man. Yeah, you can see that. They took that movie out so fast. They did not want nobody to But see, nobody don't know about that movie because y'all didn't even know because y'all didn't see it.
No, we didn't see it, bro. We didn't see it though.
I might have to check it out now.
Only movie I saw with Harry Belafonte was the one with Bill Cosby and Sidney Poitier.
Yeah, that was good.
That's it. I ain't seen no about Harry Belafonte movie.
Harry Belafonte, the man, man. The man. Hey, this is the one you need to see. Trust me. That's the name of it.
I'm a buffo. We gonna slide into this black business thing, man.
Nah, the people. It wasn't black business. One person that was supposed to get on, who got the documentaries that I told you about, he's sick. He actually just called me. He said he's gonna jump on next week. And the other person that was supposed to get on, talk about this money and there's certain laws and stuff that we need to know, he didn't respond. So, but what I will say is this, it's based on that post that I put up earlier. All these motherfuckers out here is mad talking about Trump and his taxes. All of them. What they need to understand is Donald Trump, when it comes to the United States of America, is not a person. He's a business. Just like Netflix, just like all these companies that don't pay no taxes. He do the same shit and find every loophole. Here's the crazy thing about what I'm saying. We all need to be doing the same fucking thing. All of them. Because there's a bunch of loopholes out there that we could be using and they won't be taking as much money as they do. A lot of the rich motherfuckers
I know I use them.
do it. Trump ain't the only one. There you go. See? Because it gives you access
and just to piggyback on what you just said. Who created? See you mad at Trump for his damn taxes, but you ain't mad at the
That came
motherfuckers who
from
created
England.
the tax code,
That came from
the
England.
tax laws. Well, not even going that far back. I'm talking about the motherfucking politicians who've been in politics in these offices for 30, 40 years. They the one created the tax code. They created the tax laws. They
And we
passed all
didn't have
these
nothing.
corporate
We didn't
tax
have nothing to
laws.
do with it.
So you can't be mad at him. So you can't be mad at him for using the loopholes. Hell, I used the damn loopholes. Shit. And like Jerome said,
I
I
don't think
suggest everybody
he
use
used no
those damn
loophole. I
loopholes.
just think his tax thing is fraudulent. Period.
Nah, it's not.
It ain't like he used loophole. His is fraudulent. Period.
Rob,
And that's the thing with Trump's taxes.
That's what we saying to you. It's not just that. The fact of the matter is, like, I want you to think about this. Let's think about this. It said that something that he paid $750. The only reason why he paid $750 is because he found every single loophole to not pay as much.
Dude, he ain't found them in a damn loophole to only pay $750. He ain't found them in a goddamn loophole.
I know.
Okay,
Come on, bro.
so if you just said that,
he ain't just paying no taxes. Period.
Wait a minute. If you just said that, if that's the case, how does it that General Electric, a $1 billion company in the country, pay zero in taxes?
But see, you talking about the whole company. The individual, the CEO. I bet the CEO paying his taxes though.
That's the part.
See, you talking about the company as a company as a whole, but as the CEO and all those officers, they're paying their taxes. You got your personal taxes.
That's the part that you missed. I said in the beginning.
Trump isn't paying personal taxes, bro.
Trump treats his name like a business. That's what I'm saying to you. That's the difference. He doesn't pay taxes as Donald Trump, the individual with a social security number. He pays taxes like he has an EIN number, LLC. That's the difference.
He doing business as Donald Trump.
That's the trick that he's doing, and he's been doing since the beginning, and he learned it from his fucking father. They know how to work the fucking system. Is it right? I'm not gonna say it's not, because I would do the same shit. Hell yeah, I would do the same shit. Should a billionaire be paying less taxes than me? No. But guess what? They do. Warren Buffett is worth fucking $80 billion. He paid less taxes than his secretary.
There's a lot of companies that don't pay taxes. I know a lot of them.
What we gotta realize is, hey, we got some background noise. Somebody got some background noise somewhere.
It's a car.
All right, my bad.
Okay, check it out. You got Amazon don't pay taxes. General Motors don't pay taxes. Goodyear Tire. Delta, Chevron.
But the CEOs of those companies pay taxes, bro. We're not talking about the company. Donald Trump don't pay taxes. His personal money, he's not paying taxes. That's what Donald Trump is not paying taxes on.
Rob, it's going over your head. That's what we saying to you. If you go look at somebody like a Warren Buffett who make way more money than Trump, if you go look at somebody like Bezos, all these motherfuckers out here, these billionaires, they pay less in taxes than we do. You can look it up. It's a fact.
And Biden is trying to up the tax laws again. He when Obama was in office, he had it 250,000 wasn't getting taxed. If you made up to 250,000, Biden trying to bump that shit up to 450,000, where you don't get taxed as much. So he trying to up the limit. But what we missing is every individual, and Charisma probably noticed, you are a corporation. The government sees you as a corporation. That's how you need to operate as a corporation. That's why Donald Trump can get away with those taxes. That's why
not to put all my business in the street, 'cause I don't know who all
Don't.
this.
Hey, Jay, you don't even say it. Don't say nothing. Don't say nothing.
Okay,
Don't say
okay.
that. Because you gonna
But
be talking about SBA in a minute. We're gonna talk about the SBA laws everybody got, and I don't want to talk about that either. They get
right,
around the loophole too, and they said they
right.
was a corporation. Everybody said they had a company.
So
Got
you have
$20,000, $12,000.
you have to operate as a corporation.
Is
Yeah.
he hiding? Is he hiding shit? Of course
Yes.
he is. We all know that. But once again, when you put a person in this type of position who's a fucking narcissist, they're going to do what they want, how they want, and when they want. And it doesn't fucking matter. Because guess what? If it comes out and his taxes come out and this is there and that is there and that is there, you can't erase the last 4 years. So what difference does it make? And it ain't going to change shit right now at the last minute, because guess what? Elections can still be rigged. What difference do it make? That's what I'm saying. It doesn't matter.
Hey, Rob, I'm gonna put you in the same category that I put 2 of my cousins in. I swear, every day, I don't know if Donald Trump came and kicked you as a kid or whatever, but every day, y'all give that dude so much energy. I have to tell y'all have to stop giving that dude so much energy. Y'all comment and y'all post about this dude almost every day. And I be like, hey man, what the thinker think, the prover will prove. Y'all keep giving this dude so much energy, man. Y'all giving him all y'all energy. Every time y'all say Trump, I got one of my cousins is, oh, Trump. I said, damn, you must be a damn supporter as much as you say, keep his name in your damn mouth. I mean, we got to stop giving that dude so much energy. And we got to remember, 3.5, 4 years he been in fucking in office. We got career politicians that been in for 40 and 50 years, and we not holding them as much accountable as we hold this dude who don't even know shit about politics. Him being there is a fucking damn disgrace to this damn country, and it's because of the fucking fucked up system that we are in. Our political system is fucking rotten, bro. And that's what gave us damn Trump. He just a beneficiary of the fucking damn system. He ain't created. And that's all I be trying to tell people. See, people say, hey, you must go and vote for Trump. No, I'm not going to vote for Trump. I don't give a fuck about none of them motherfuckers. But we got to stop blaming the fucking damn, he's not the fucking damn problem. He's a symptom of a bigger problem. We have to fix the bigger problem. We know he ain't shit. We know all the fucking that rhetoric that come out of his mouth. It ain't worth a crap. We know this.
I had to keep reiterating that he ain't shit, bro. That's why I get.
But we know this. But on the other end, the other side ain't even giving you anything to say. Well, shit, I damn sure like that.
And Jermaine, you hit it dead on the nail, because they camouflage. They all up in they camouflage. The Senate, the people that's really pulling the strings, they let him be the foreman so they can do their little sneaky shadow canvassing behind the scenes. You know what I mean? They really the cancer. Just like when you go to a doctor and get diagnosed, they go find a problem within the problem.
Right.
You got to dig in
Exactly.
you got to go in where it's in the root at. He's just
Right.
on the surface. He's just a bump. You got to go in where this bump came from.
And see what the Democrats do. They steady do this damn pandering shit. Like, I guess yesterday, because The Rock endorsed Biden, everybody's supposed to say, oh, well, I'm going to go vote for him because of the fucking Rock. Who the fuck is The Rock? The Rock, his problems ain't nowhere near the average person problem. This motherfucker's a fucking millionaire. He's a fucking damn fucking almost a billionaire or whatever, how much money he got. He can't relate to no problems that the average American has. So why the fuck should
I mean, that's part of politics, man. I mean, you got people come out and endorse.
That's
you know what I'm
the
saying?
problem.
On both sides. They're going to come out on both sides. You know what I'm saying?
But that's the problem.
That's the problem right there.
They were for slavery. Democrats were for slavery, dog. Everybody just did.
Dude, both parties were for slavery. What are you talking about? Both parties used to be for slavery.
Democrats were the main ones for slavery, though. They was really for it. They was for it first, bro. For Republicans were.
Bro, do your history on politics, man. Those ain't the same. These ain't the same Democrats. I know all of them crooked. All politicians lie, steal, and cheat. You know what I'm saying? It just a matter of what gonna lie still cheat. The less I'm with, man.
Yeah, but you can't say that one because you choosing the right now as far as the top of the ticket. You choosing somebody who hasn't done less. They do as much. Our issue, one of the main issues in America is we have a two-party system. That's the problem.
No, we got 4 parties that I know of.
No. We have if we have 4 parties, Bernie Sanders would have ran as a fucking independent. Ain't no multiple. It's 2 parties. Democrat, Republican.
He could have ran in the Green
Independents
Party.
never win.
That's not no. See, that's what I'm saying. What I'm saying to you is that's never gonna happen until we make the change. Because bottom line is, you don't hear about a Green Party national convention. You don't hear about an independent national convention. You hear Republican, you hear Democrat. That's it. Right. They have cornered the market. Those are the 2 conglomerates or whatever.
Yeah, those are big names, but
corporations down and shit gonna happen.
You got the other wing of the Republican Party is the Libertarians.
And the reason why Bernie Sanders didn't run as an independent, you know why he didn't run as an independent? Because he didn't want to fuck up his position in the fucking damn Senate. He know if he bucked the system too damn much, they gonna kick his ass fucking damn out, and he know he ain't gonna have a leg to fucking stand on.
Well, he knew he didn't have a chance of winning outside the Democratic Party.
He did have a he had a chance.
No,
to win.
he probably got 11% of the vote.
Nah,
they would say
it wasn't gonna be that many people lead the Democratic Party, and what he would assure Republican a victory. So sometimes, see, this what I be telling y'all. Sometimes you got to play. Y'all be playing checkers in the game of chess.
That's the furthest thing. That's the furthest thing from the truth, because like I've been saying from the beginning, when you start talking about certain policies that are out there, you had people who are out there, Democrat, Republican, Independent, Libertarian, Green Party. The one thing that Bernie Sanders kept pushing, that everybody agreed on, getting rid of student loans. There's certain policies that cross all party lines.
I get
and
what you're saying, bro.
on certain shit like that, I don't give a fuck what party you with. Motherfuckers don't want to pay those student loans. Nobody wants to pay student loans. And when you start running on shit like that and make that, but see, that's the thing. Motherfuckers are scatterbrained here. They always want to go from this nah, fuck that. The one thing that whatever party it is, when it comes to the Republican Party, them motherfuckers stay on message. They are lockstep. They never veer off message, just like the motherfucking cops who kill us. I was fearful for my life. That's the one line they always gonna say. It'll never change. Republicans stay on message. The Democrats always pander for shit. They always want to be nice, and they want shit to sound nice and fucking politically correct and all that shit. They need to hire some fucking Republican strategists, and I guarantee they'll start winning more elections. But they ain't gonna do that shit because they fucking punks. That's a
libertarians.
But like I say, Bernie Sanders, he won't win as an independent because he won't garner enough votes, man.
Well, Bernie know what side of the bread is buttered on for him. He know he has to stay close to the Democratic Party so he can keep his seat in the Senate. He knows that. That's why he bowed. That's why when everybody started bowing out, he didn't fight. He didn't put up a fight or nothing. He just said, "Hey, I'm gonna ride with Biden. I'm gonna endorse Biden," even though Biden don't him and his ideals don't even align with Bernie. But he still endorsed them. So you got to look at it like, well, damn, why he endorsing them and none of his ideals and ideology align with Biden? Same reason with fucking damn Elizabeth Warren. Don't shit align with him. But she told the party line.
But they pushed the party closer to the right. That was the goal.
That started with Bill Clinton. Bill Clinton pushed the Democratic Party to the right. That shit started with Bill Clinton.
Yeah, but Obama brought it back to the center.
No, he pushed it further to the damn right when he bailed out the fucking damn banks in 2008.
That was gonna happen anyway, bro. That was something they were gonna do anyway. Bush had already started that.
Yeah, but Obama could have did it because he had the House and the Senate. He could have made an executive order
to do what?
to save the 5.3 million families that got put out of their homes instead of bailing out Wall Street.
Well, you know they're gonna bail out first, man.
You know exactly. And that's why they went.
And that's the problem.
100% right. So
I don't care, and I don't care who president. I don't care what party controlled the White House. They bailing out Wall Street first.
And the difference between the Democratic and Republican Party is whether you want a corporate fascism delivering you from Princeton, Goldman Sachs criminal, or you want it delivered by a racist, native Christian fascist, which is damn Trump. Because he don't have no ideology. The Republican Party is just filling that void for him. He's a middle finger to the establishment, man. He's a middle finger to the establishment. Most of the damn Republicans don't even fucking claim him. But they latch on to him because
he's carrying their water though. And that's what I think Democrat got to do with Biden. Ain't nobody enthusiastic about Biden, but can he carry our water?
No.
That's the thing right now.
No.
Can he carry our water?
No.
Like Trump, they don't like Trump, but Trump carry their water. He been appoint another judge. So Trump, how many? He done appointed 3 judges?
Yeah, 3.
While you saying he appointed those judges, look at how many Democrats voted for him to pass that too, though. You gotta also look at the back end of the shit too. Don't just look at the outcome. Look at all these Democratic fucking damn senators that help him pass for those federal judges. It's a lot of them.
No, I don't think it was enough. I don't think too many Democratic senators voted for these guys.
It's about 20 of them that did. I can send you the list of them. It's about 20 of them that did, and that's why I said last week. I said it ain't about Republican and Democrat. We only look at Republican and Democrats. The we only look at that. It's liberals and it's conservative. That's it. And you got liberal Democrats. You got liberal Republicans. They go together. Conservative Democrats, conservative
Republicans. What you said again, Jermaine?
I say, and that's how they vote. You got conservative Republicans and you got conservative Democrats. They vote together. Liberal Democrats and liberal Republicans, they vote together. It ain't about they only put the Republican Democrat Party to the fucking people because that'll get us fighting and distracting and shit. But to them, it's liberals and it's conservative. That's it.
Motherfuckers, you got people out here now. And me and Jermaine, we be talking about it. You got motherfuckers out here now saying, I saw that bullshit ass plan that Trump put out, and don't nobody want that shit that he offering to us and this, that, whatever, blah, blah, blah. What I will say to that statement is this. Where the fuck was Obama's plan for 8 years? That's my only point. I don't give a fuck if Trump doing this to pander. We had a person in office that was supposed to be one of us. He never did shit for us. If he would have did the same exact plan that Trump put out, at least it would have been some type of symbol. Nothing. That's a fucking problem. That's a problem.
But what he did do something. He did something for the Native Americans, though.
Here what I want y'all to research. Research how y'all did under Obama versus how y'all doing under Trump.
I ain't got to research. I know I'm doing that. I'm doing that.
Research how much income black folk made versus Obama versus Trump. Research it.
I'm working.
Man, anybody could have been got a job. They wanted a job.
We making good money though.
All that. Oh, I created a job for black folks. You ain't created. You've been working, ain't you?
Booming.
What?
It's booming.
Okay.
Man, what? Booming well.
Right. I'm gonna say this to what you just said. Did you see the video of the president of Canada with the plan that they put out there specifically for basically us in Canada? Did you see that? Did you see that video?
That was for the money that they needed because they
the
didn't have jobs.
the prime minister of Canada, yeah.
The $3,000.
The prime minister of Canada, he just put it out for I think it's $250 million specifically for Nubian people. The point is, why is it that we had a president that looked like us? Where was his plan for 8 years? That's my whole point. I don't give a fuck if Trump plan never go through and he lying and all that shit. At least it's something tangible that we can see that we never saw from a president that had a bully pulpit. He had a bully pulpit. He never did shit for us. But it just proves that no fucking president, no matter who it is, does anything specifically for us. That's it. I'm cool with that. But we would, the hope and all this other shit when he was elected, motherfuckers, they rode hope for 8 years and they let him slide. The issue was for 8 years, we didn't hold him accountable. If we would have held him accountable, maybe we could have got something.
His first 4 years, he was digging that shit, man. He was digging the country out of a hole. The last 4 years, he lost everything. We just had the White House, so he couldn't do nothing the last 4 years.
I'm gonna give you an example. I'm gonna tell you a prime example of how why what you just said is bullshit and it's a talking point by them. His first 2 years, he had the Senate, he had Congress. All he had to do was pass a jobs bill. Excuse me. All he had to do was pass an infrastructure bill. In those first 2 years, if there would have been an infrastructure bill passed, that means roads, bridges, the railway system, all that shit being fixed. And that would have created any idea how many jobs that would have created, not just for the construction shit, but for everything surrounding it. He didn't do that. So that's bullshit. Because the jobs that were created when he was in office were private fucking sector. Nothing locally.
Dude, they kept the man. Dude, the Republican, soon the man won the office, man. The Republicans said, we're going to do all we can do to stop this man from doing anything in this country. They came out publicly.
It's not an excuse when you have the Congress and the Senate and you're the fucking president. I'm listening.
We went into a recession, man. His first couple of years, we was in a recession.
It's still, how does that, okay, once again.
You can't say he came in with a robust economy like Trump came in with a robust economy that he left Trump. Now, it would have been totally different if he would have came in with the same economy Trump came in with and started with that. He came in with some bullshit. And you know he came in with some bullshit that had him preoccupied for the first 3-4 years.
But Robert, check this out.
Then the second 4 years, you niggas didn't get out and vote, so he could keep Congress and Senate.
Robert,
and what happened?
I voted.
Robert, check this out. You said when he came in, he had shit, right? He had to dig out of a hole. So
you don't think he did?
We just talked about how we just had in the last 2 months, in the last 6 months since this pandemic, $5 trillion transfer of wealth to the top 1%. So they pulled $5 trillion out of the treasury, right? With a Democratic Congress and a Republican-led Senate, right? The first 2 years, Obama had Democratic Senate, Democratic fucking Congress. So why wasn't
in a recession? In a recession, though. What you not thinking about? Wasn't no goddamn money that'll be got. Wasn't no money to give out nobody. You're in a recession.
Let me finish.
Let me ask you something, Rob. During that time, were you working?
Let Jermaine finish. Let Jermaine finish.
Okay, I was gonna say because it wasn't a recession, really.
So you keep saying it was a recession, but I mean we're in dire straits now. How did they pull? They print money. So all they had to do was print $5 trillion, just like we just printed $5 trillion. He could have printed $5 trillion to jumpstart the economy, and then we wouldn't have been in a recession. That makes sense to me.
And they did do. He did do a stimulus bill. He did do a stimulus package.
Yeah, for the banks. Yeah, you're right. He did. He did.
No, he did a stimulus package after Bush started the first bailout. Bush bailed the banks out. Obama got the stimulus for the people.
No,
he bailed out Chrysler.
They bailed out all the auto folks. Yeah, they bailed out all that. He saved that shit. Obama saved that shit.
I don't remember getting a check from Obama.
I didn't get one either, bro. I'm not hating on him, man, but I ain't getting no check. I didn't get nothing. Nothing I got. I didn't get nothing. I had to go work.
Everybody work, bro. That's good. You had to work. You need to work.
So this is what we say all the time. We gotta stop. We gotta listen to CNN and Fox News and all. We gotta do our own research. The Republicans only had the whole thing, the Senate and the Congress, from 2015 to 2017. All right, he got Trump got in 16, so they only had both House and Senate for 1 year of his presidency, from 15 to 16. So you telling me for the other 7 years he couldn't have did nothing for black people?
No, because he only had the White House the last 4 years. He only had the White House the last 4 years. The Republicans had the Congress and Senate. They had the Congress and Senate. They had Congress and Senate. We had the White House. There was nothing he could get through. They weren't gonna vote for nothing for him, and they told him, "We're not gonna vote for nothing for you. We're not even gonna let you do your presidential duty with a Supreme Court justice." They blocked him from picking a Supreme Court justice.
Yeah.
1,440 days. In 1,440 days, he could have did nothing.
He had 9 months to be president. They wouldn't let him pick a Supreme Court justice because they said an election coming up. Now Trump is less than a month away from it. They said he got all the right to do it. You know what I'm saying? Whoever controlling the Senate decides this stuff, man.
No. What happens is, and the reason why this shit is going down like it's going down is, like I said earlier, when the Republicans have power, they do whatever the fuck they want. When Democrats have power, they act like bitches. Straight up. And that right there is proven, because I know for a fact, if I'm the president of the United States, I'm the first Nubian president in this motherfucking country, and I got the Senate and I got the House. When I come in, I'm going to do whatever I can to help my people as soon as motherfucking possible. And I'm going to say to myself, the reason why I got to do this, because they might murder my ass. Let me do what needs to be done for the people. He never gave a fuck about the people. He gave a fuck about the people contributing to his fucking campaign, like they all do. They do the same shit.
Goldman Sachs, and right after he got out of office, guess what he did? He did a speech for Goldman Sachs, $400,000 per plate, not per plate. They he did a fundraiser for Goldman Sachs, $400,000 per plate.
I remember that.
That's why he can afford $11.75 million fucking damn house in Martha's Vineyard.
You mad about that?
Oh, I'm not mad about that. But if he was supposed to be for the people and hope, all this hope,
he gave a lot of hope, man. He gave a lot of hope, man.
Yeah,
you know
but he gave a lot of hope.
I think he did a good job, man. You know, it just people didn't get out and vote midterm so to keep him in his power. Once he lost that power, it was nothing he could do.
But Rob, we keep telling you that they're the same. They're two branches of the same fucking damn tree.
And number two, the president he wasn't just the president for black folk.
Hey, but answer me this question: how come Nancy Pelosi, who's a Democrat and she's over the House, how come she keeps signing up all this money to give to Trump to pass his shit?
Pass what shit?
If they hate each other so much, I keep telling y'all, this shit like fucking damn WWE. The motherfuckers fight. They fight in front of us, but backstage they like this. Hey, what we having for dinner tonight? Where we going to dinner? Hey, we coming to your house this weekend? They love each other, man. Nancy Pelosi could pull off that damn written damn speech and all this damn shit. They love
And you
each
know
other.
what? It's not even a color thing though. I'm just saying this. Those folks look out for it. White man gonna look out for his people when he in power. That's just the way it is. That's the way it always been. You had two factions of people that hated each other on this soil. You had the North and the South. They killed it. More people died in the Civil War than all wars combined. They hated each other, right? But guess what? At the end of the day, they still ate with each other. They still say, "Hey, man, you my brother," because you say, "Cause we fought for this country, all the different wars. Couldn't eat in the same mess halls, man. Couldn't do none of that. But you go in the mess hall with him. Oh no, you eat the right color. But I'm in the same military with you. I got your back, but I can't eat sit next to you. But a German Nazi soldier can be killing your buddy next to you, and they ate in the same mess hall with you. The white man, but the black man couldn't.
I don't have.
But you'd have been sitting in the same mess hall.
I don't have motherfuckers say to me, I've been seeing posts all day. Who gonna be watching a debate tonight? And my response about tonight is, I love all of my brain cells, and I plan on keeping all of them as much as possible. There is no way that I'm going to waste my life on watching a bullshit debate, and this is probably going to be the first debate that I've missed since 2000, because I don't give a fuck about what they got to say. I could care less, because like I keep saying, you got horse shit on one side and you got dog shit on the other. And what really pissed me off to basically the ice on the cake, and Jermaine sent it to me. Biden and Harris had the fucking audacity to have a plan in place for Indian Americans. Are you fucking serious? You set a plan in place, first time ever, for Indian Americans, and you can't even come up with a plan for us.
Biden does have a black folk agenda, man.
No,
he has one.
That man said we put back in
has
slavery.
You got to read it.
You want to be back in slavery? Who would say that?
Man, you talking about somebody say, Biden like Trump. He say stupid stuff every now and then too.
Robert,
you know what I'm saying?
Robert, you have to read that plan. That plan is not exclusively for us. You have to read. You have to actually read that plan.
Are you read? You know what I'm talking about, though, right?
I've read it, and it says it got a lot of those keywords in there that like they like to use. People of color, minorities, disenfranchised. It's a lot of those words that combine a whole lot of other people, but not exclusively for us. But they have an exclusive plan for the Indian American. Exclusive.
It ain't no loopholes.
Not people of color. Indian American.
What you mean no loophole, Charisma?
But because like I told you last week, we're mixed with a lot of different people. Like you talking about the reparations, about giving black people reparations. You got to have at least 10% blood of black in you. A lot of people got that. You talking about pure Indian people from India? It ain't no mixture. It's just like that's what they are. So when you talk about signing stuff into law for them, he talking about strictly for them. There ain't no color. It ain't no this kind of Indian, that kind of Indian. You get what I mean? We all mixed up. All mixed up.
So how you go? So if he say a black agenda, who he talking about then? Who you talking about?
He'll never say that.
Let me ask you something. Who qualifies as black? If you got a white mama, black daddy, are you black? Or vice versa, are you black?
Can't really.
That depends on how you distinguish yourself. So
I got a lot of them in my family, man. I got a lot of them in my family, and I can't really say that because, like my cousins, he go towards black. Then his mom is being white. I got a lot of them in my family, so I don't know how to do that. I don't know.
Nah.
So I guess that's why he got a lot of like you say he talking about minorities.
Who's the minority?
underprivileged. You know what I'm saying?
Who's the minority?
No, but see, that's the issue.
Who is black? We don't even know who we are. We can't even. I just asked y'all. I just asked y'all
Rob,
what defines you as being black. Y'all can even answer that.
Rob,
let me say this. Let me say this one time. I just asked y'all what qualifies you of being black. Nobody gave me an answer. So how in the hell we think a white man don't know who a black man is?
Charisma said what he said, and I'm going to say what I'm going to say. When you get that fucking census and these numbers and these statistics and all this shit, there is a block of people classified as black in America. But when it comes to a plan specifically for us in America who identifies ourselves as Pan-African, I told you I don't say black, there is never anything specifically for us. It's minority, it's people of color, because they want to, because when you start talking about minority, guess who else is a minority in America? White women. That's the fucking problem. The problem is there is never anything specific for us. That's an issue. The fact that Trump's plan specifically states us is good. Biden's plan does not. Nobody has ever done that before now. That's an issue. The fact that more people don't see that as a problem is a fucking problem. Because
it's a gimmick. That's how he can do all the stuff.
Let
me tell you something.
Wait, Rob.
No, you wait. All the stuff Trump did, he can do. He can sound that
gimmick. At least it was fucking done.
If he was serious, he can bring all that into executive order like he's doing every damn thing else. He can do it today.
Yeah.
He can make that happen today. Why is he doing it? Because he know people like you gonna get on and say it's never been done before. At least he did it.
But
he's
Rob,
an executive order. Where are you gonna get the money from? You can't get the money if he's not gonna get the money from Congress because
where he getting the money from all this other stuff he get. Where he getting the money from for the wall?
Yeah.
Where he getting the money for the wall? Take it from somewhere else and do it.
No, he got the money from the wall. He got the money. He got the money from the wall from the Democratic Congress.
Thank you.
No, he did. He took that money from somewhere else. He got that money from somewhere else. He could get that wall with.
See, and this is what I said about us not being politically educated. We have to know that Congress holds the money. They hold the purse. So any kind of money, anything that got something to do with money that he get, it come from Congress.
It didn't come from Congress. It didn't come from Congress. He took the money from military. The president can take funding from here and put it over here. He shifted the money from somewhere else.
Not without Congress.
Because he wanted to build a wall before he take care of black people.
No, that's right.
Before he take care of black people, the wall meant more than black people to him.
He put money into the military. Why would he take from something he put money into?
Bro, I know you like Trump. I know you like Trump.
They just go for the military. Nancy Pelosi just signed over. I think it was like $2 billion for him for the military industrial complex. Look it up. So Trump can't. He can't. It's not like this is his bank account. He can just go and transfer this. He got to go through. It got to go through Congress first. It got to be approved first.
Obama could have did that.
Yep.
Obama could have did what?
Obama could have signed an executive order to give to us. Did he do it?
Exactly. Obama been gone 4 years though.
The point
he
is,
ain't been in office 4 years.
Does it.
He ain't been in office 4 years. Y'all still going back to what Obama didn't do.
Because we touch on all presidents. The bottom line is.
No, you got to touch on the president who's present.
And right now, the president.
That's what you got to do.
The president who's present is the
president. He ain't did a damn thing for black people. He just said he did it.
He's the first
just put out a proposal
in fucking history to ever come out with a plan specifically for us. That's a fact.
And charisma. He didn't release more people from jail than Obama. Do your research.
I do the research on that.
Do your research. See who released more people from jail. Only different. Obama didn't brag about it.
No. I know he signed a bill about the marijuana law and the crack.
He didn't boast about it.
I know what. I tell you what, Obama dropped more bombs on melanated people than Trump did. He dropped so many bombs in the Middle East that they ran out of bombs. Look it up.
Is that good?
Yeah, they're good. Them some
No, it's
bad
not.
people out there. Them good. That's good.
That's melanated people, man.
Nah, fuck melanated people. What about the kids? What about the kids and the women that were killed?
Yeah. Oh, we don't say nothing about that.
Let me ask y'all something. Is there anything negative Trump y'all don't like about Trump?
Yeah.
Is there anything? Let me ask y'all something. Let me ask y'all something. Is there anything y'all don't like about the Republicans? Because y'all rail a whole lot on the Democrats.
No. Here's the point.
Well, we ran. Hold on, Jay. Hold up.
Can I hear y'all Republican bashing for a minute?
But check this out. We ride on the Democrats because the Democrats predominantly supposed to represent us because
no, they don't. No, they don't. People vote for who they want to vote for. People vote for who they want to vote for.
90% of black people vote for Democrats. What are you talking about?
Because they want to, bro. Not because they have to.
No, because their family made them do it.
Look at it crazy. Listen to this. They family made them do it. What family made them do it, bro?
Robert, stop lying. Because even our neighborhood at that park, I asked all them black people at that park, why you a Democrat? Oh, because my mom and dad was one. I grew up them. They ain't even got their own agenda.
So what are you? You're a Republican.
Why you a Democrat, Rob? Why you a Democrat?
Are you a Republican?
Answer me first. Why are you a Democrat?
Because their platform, they platform is more aligned. Because their platform is more aligned to what I like. Their platform.
You acting like Trump.
I'm trying to. I'm giving you. You asked me a question.
I don't want to hear nothing. I want to hear why you're Democrat.
I'm not gonna say Trump. I'm gonna say. You want my answer?
I'm asking you a question. Why are you a Democrat? I want to hear about no Trump.
I want to answer it. Let me answer it. Because their platform is more aligned to my ideology. That's why.
That's not why you're a Democrat, Rob.
How you gonna tell me? You can't tell me. You can't tell me.
Listen, I'm asking you a question. Why are you a Democrat? Not because of that.
Because their ideology more aligned with things that I like. And number two, when I look inside the Democratic Party, I see a lot of Nubian people inside the party. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. When I look inside the Republican Party, I don't see nothing but old grumpy men.
Where you see a lot of Nubian people in the Democratic Party? Name them.
Every black male is Democrat. No. Right? No. Mostly all your black senators are senators and congressmen. Black ones they're in as Democrats, right? So I'm looking at the landscape, and I'm seeing only one or two black people in the Senate and Democratic Congress all together.
Let me get them real quick. So you said they ideology align with yours, right? So
mine, not yours, mine.
Okay, so you're for more wars. You're for more spending money on wars in other countries than over in our country.
No, that ain't what they're not for more wars. Where you get that from?
They are. You are for corporate donors, right? You are for pushing money up to the top and trickle down theory, right? You like that, right?
That's the Republican plan. Trickle down economics. The Republicans are trickle down economics.
No.
Yes. That's what CNN tells you. That's y'all plan.
That's what CNN tells you. So you ain't for Medicare for all.
That ain't what CNN told me.
You ain't for Medicare for all, right?
I am for that.
Democrats don't like it.
I am for that.
They ain't for it. Democrats ain't for that. So how they align with you?
Yes, they are.
They are not.
Yes, they are.
If that was the case, we would have it. Biden already said if the Medicare for all come across his desk, he gonna veto it. He said, matter of fact, that shit ain't even gonna cross my desk.
I ain't heard Biden say that. I ain't heard Biden say that. You send me the article. Send me the article. That's what you do.
You mentioned earlier about saying something good about the Democrats, this, that, whatever. The difference is we know exactly who the Republican Party are. We know exactly who they are. They right in your face. They not gonna lie to you. They gonna tell you we don't give a fuck about you, and this is what it is. The Democratic Party, they talk a bunch of shit about what they gonna do, and then they end up siding with the other side to get what they want. That's the problem. That's where the issue. That's the conflict right there. They the motherfuckers that laugh in your face and stab you in the back. That's a problem.
Let me ask Charisma something. Charisma, what party you align with?
I told you what I am.
I'm listening.
I already told you 5-6 times every day. I already told
you. I'm listening now.
I already told you.
You what?
I don't lie with none. I'm in the middle. I don't lie with none of them. I just take a little piece of it and just try to, I see how the clocks turn and how the gears turn work with these people, man. I already know the sabotage in the system. I know you got to destroy the matrix. I know that. That's why I know how to maneuver through this thing. That's what I'm trying to get you to see.
So you're Republican.
I know how they playing it. It's like
are you a Republican or not, man?
Listen, it's like when you go to court. And like I said, if you ain't got no money to pay for no
man,
lawyer,
stop filibustering, man.
I'm about to explain. Let me explain.
No, stop filibustering.
All right.
Get to it. Are you Republican?
Filibuster, Rob.
And why are you a Republican?
Hey, why you trying to make me a Republican? You keep saying
I'm asking you. You won't answer the question.
I didn't say I was a Republican. I never said that.
What are you? You're independent.
I just told you what I was. And I'm gonna tell you again. I'm a rebel. That's what I am. I'm a black flag rebel. That's what I am.
Yeah, you're a rebel. You're a KKK rebel. A Republican. A Republican. That's right.
And that's a word. See, that's a word. That's a word you trying to give to them like they adopted when that ain't where they come from. So they don't own that word. They don't own that word. No, they
I hate to interrupt y'all, man. I got to step out, but I'll catch up with y'all next Tuesday. I appreciate all y'all for having me on the show, man.
All right, man. Drop back in, man. Drop back in sometime with us, man.
Hey, I will. I appreciate y'all, man. I'll catch you later on.
All right, brother.
All right, Harry.
All right, later,
Listen,
brother.
Man, I'm gonna tell you something, Rob.
Go ahead.
It's just like you go to court, and all them people, all them people riding together, man. If you ain't got no money to pay for your own lawyer outside of what that system is, they gonna appoint you a lawyer, a DA or whatever. At the end of the day, they want you locked up. It ain't no ifs, ands, and buts about it, because they're gonna get paid off that. Then they all in cahoots. It's the same way with the Republican Party. Them folks all work together, just like Jay said. They eat with each other after everything over. When they shut down the building. Hey man, where y'all going tonight? Hey, what we gonna line our pocket with this week? What we gonna do this week? They all work together. We just a little people in the middle. We just a little.
And you think I don't know that? But here's the thing. But here's the thing. You gonna vote for one of them though. You gonna vote for one of them. That's the thing about it. We both know both of them in cahoots, but we gonna vote for one of them suckers.
Charisma gonna be just like me. At the top of the ticket, he probably gonna vote for the Green Party, just like me.
Believe that.
How do you go? Now you made him. You just pick for him.
No, I didn't make a pick for him because
what I'm about.
because the fact of the matter is, when people start voting more based on person and not party, that's when we're gonna see progress. And at the top of the ticket, I'm good. Now we live in Georgia. We live in a state where both senators are up for election. David Perdue can kiss my ass.
Believe
and that bitch Kelly Loeffler can kiss my ass. So I'm going to vote for the Democrats for the Senate without a doubt. But the top of the ticket, I could give a fuck about. I could care less. I really could care less. And like I said, and I've said this before. On this path, or the four of us that's talking right now.
But they're gonna need somebody to push their agenda. They're gonna need somebody to push their agenda. That's what you don't understand.
No, what you need to understand is the agenda that's being pushed is never ours. The agenda that's being pushed is by pharmaceutical companies, oil companies. So it doesn't matter.
No, my point is, you saying you vote for down ballot, right?
I'm going to vote Democratic from the Senate down. I don't give a fuck about politics.
So if you vote for Senate, who's going to get their bills through? Who's going to pass their bills? Who's going to pass their bills? Let's say the Democrat has the Senate. They still have the president still have to sign the bill or veto it. You know what I'm saying?
But what you need to understand is the way the system works, and
it's kind of you can't have one without the other.
No. This is now y'all can go look this up yourself, and I'm almost certain that I'm right. if let's just say the Democrats take the House and the Senate. Let's just say that happens. If the Democrats take the House and the Senate, if they get bills on the president's desk and he does not sign it, there's some kind of loophole. It's going to go back to Congress. It can still get passed without the president's signature. It's some kind of trick to it. So when we think about what can happen, if the Democrats take the House and the Senate, if by a miracle, if they take the Senate, they already got the House. If they were to take the Senate and Trump gets reelected, I guarantee you, every bill that comes on his desk, he's going to pass. I guarantee you. And the reason why I'm going to tell you that, because the one thing about Trump that anybody who actually knows how he is and how he's always been, all he cares about is his image. Right now, he has the power to do what the fuck he wants and say what he says because he has the Senate.
Well, if the Democrat get the House and the Senate, they can impeach his ass and be done with it.
No, actually, no. That's not going to happen. We're not even going to go into that because we already know that's not going to happen either. The fact of the matter is, and I've been saying this shit since the beginning, Donald J. Trump has never had a job in his life. Never. He's always had everything handed to him. He's used to having power. So, if he were to get reelected and the Democrats take the House and the Senate, only one or two things can happen. He's either going to be a lame duck president and ain't shit going to get done, or he's going to sign every single bill that comes on his desk because he cares about how he looks. Then what he would do, the narcissist that he is, he would sign every bill, and for 4 years he'd claim that it was him. It'd be the lie that he would tell for 4 years. And guess what? When you tell a lie enough, it becomes someone's truth. Motherfuckers will believe it. That's why all this shit is comical. This shit is theater. It's a fucking reality show. That's all this shit is. It's a reality show, and I sit back with my motherfucking popcorn, and I live my life, and I have fun laughing at this shit because too many motherfuckers take this shit seriously, especially when it comes to election time. Because I'm one of the few motherfuckers that follow this shit all year round.
So and you can tell how all this starts to shape up. You can start seeing it shape up actually. And like Jerome said, this shit is theater because the ruling elite, they will prefer Biden. They can live with Trump. They could not live with Bernie Sanders. That's why the Democratic Party had to tap Buttigieg on the shoulder and say, "Hey, you need to get the fuck out." Elizabeth Warren, you need to get the fuck out. Klobuchar, you need to get the fuck out and endorse Biden. That's why you saw all this stuff shaping up. So like Jerome said, it's all theater. They know who they want. They know who they can live with. They know who they can't tolerate. Because Bernie would have got in there and he'd have been a fucking damn radical. He'd have been a fucking damn nightmare if he'd have got it. If he'd have been the fucking damn Democratic nominee, he'd have been a fucking nightmare. Because they wouldn't have been able to control him like they can control Biden.
I agree. I agree. Like I say, Biden is just, I think Biden, he's just going to be a kowtow. You know what I'm saying? He's just there, the people to use him to get what they want. You know what I'm saying?
But what we need to do on top of term limits, and go ahead, Jermaine.
They picked the right VP. They picked Kamala Harris because you know what the VP does? When the VP is the president over the Senate. So if the Senate ever is not a fucking damn is a tie in the Senate, the vice president breaks the tie. That's why they picked her ass. She's there for a reason. She didn't get there because of she's so fucking damn politically savvy. She got put in position for a reason. And we're gonna watch this shit play out. If he gets elected, which I don't think he's gonna win, but we'll see.
Yeah, he gonna win. He gonna win. We gonna need one vote. We need you, Jermaine.
You got these term limits. You got these term limits on Congress. you got term limits on. Excuse me, you got term limits on the president, and then you don't have term limits on the Congress and the Senate, which to me is bullshit. And they have an age requirement to be president. I don't know if it's 35, whatever the fuck the number is. I don't know what it is. The same way they got a number how old the youngest you can be, there needs to be a fucking age of how old you can be. There's no fucking way in the information age, technology, whatever the fuck you want to call this shit, we got motherfuckers running for president that's 70 years old and they probably got fucking flip phones. That makes no sense. That makes no fucking sense. There was a Senate committee maybe last year where they questioning Facebook and all these other motherfuckers. They were pulling out fucking flip phones and then saying how they couldn't work smartphones. Then why the fuck are you in Congress? Why the fuck are you a senator? If you can't adjust to the times, you don't need to be there.
Hey, did you see the interview with Nancy Pelosi just did on Good Morning America? I think it was last week. It's like she had a fucking damn glitch and started over. Did you see that shit? She was like, yes, good morning. And then in mid-sentence, she was like, oh, yes, good morning. And I was like, man, this is crazy.
That's that goddamn clone shit. That's that clone shit right there.
Hey, I actually want to see what Biden gonna say. Is he gonna go off? Biden will go off. He'll say some shit like he said about, how the Mexicans are more valuable than the black vote. I just want to see what he's gonna say tonight.
Terry, what you have to understand is then the reason why it's not worth watching is because Biden is gonna say something and he gonna forget mid-sentence what he said, and then he probably gonna say, "Oh shit, there's my wife." It ain't even worth it because the man is fucking.
I'm gonna tell you something. I think Biden is a real good debater now. He can debate. I give Biden that.
His name. Biden gonna say some shit that's fucked up though too.
Like both of them gonna say some shit that fucked up. They two old grabbing men, white men.
Okay. All right, y'all go ahead. You go ahead and waste your brain cells on that bullshit. I am not. Matter of fact, while y'all watching the debate, I'm gonna watch this last elementary genocide documentary #3 while y'all watching that bullshit. I'm putting positive shit in here. Fuck that.
Hey, Robert. So you always say about solutions. So here's a solution for the vote. If we can, and you probably won't hear a candidate mention this, but what about ranked choice voting? Have you ever heard it? You know what that is?
Say it again now.
Ranked choice voting.
Ranked choice voting.
Yeah.
Now
you'll never hear Democrats or all them bullshit say anything about that. But basically, is if you have three, let's say you have a third party, you got Democratic Party, Republican Party, and then you got this independent party, whatever you want to call it. So let's say in Carolina, the top person, if you get over 50% of the votes, you got South Carolina. But if you don't get over 50% of the votes, the lowest party that gets the vote, they get kicked off. And the top of the ticket, whoever got more votes, if they person chose Democrats or whatever, they go to the Democrats. If they chose Republicans as the next one down, they go to the Democrats. Then if it still ain't over 50%, then you kick that bottom person off. So that's how it can be fair by people actually voting and your vote actually counting instead of this electoral college bullshit. But they'll never do that because they love the electoral college because the electors have the final decision no matter who get all the votes. Just like Hillary won the popular vote, they can still make the damn decision, and it's legal for them to change their votes and go for the opposite person. That's in the Constitution.
Well, I think the electoral college is outdated anyway. It's something that they came up with long before to help count the votes. You know what I'm saying? They didn't have the technology that we have now, so they just sticking with it.
Because half the people voting don't even know who they fucking electors in they fucking damn state.
I agree. But right about now, y'all, we finna do the parting shot. I got to go watch the show, man. It's gonna be funny. I'm watching it. I'm watching it for entertainment purposes, not for informational purposes.
Let me stick this motherfucker in my damn computer right now.
Well, my timeline already. They got popcorn, pop, chips, dip. like it's a party. They're having a party. People actually having a party.
Debate party.
Yeah.
A debate watching.
Yeah, but because I think a lot of people know it's gonna be a show, man. That's all it's gonna be. It's a show, and it's sad that the country got to the point where ain't nobody watching it for information. Everybody watching it to see who gonna goof up, who gonna say some stupid stuff. You know what I'm saying? They're not listening to see who got the best agenda for their lives. You know what I'm saying? They listen to see who gonna say something goofy. Like y'all saying, he gonna say something stupid. He gonna forget mid sentence what he talking about. I mean, people trying to listen for that instead of listening for what's good for the country.
And it won't. And that's gonna be the problem, because I guarantee you, without me watching a second of this debate, all you're gonna do, you're gonna hear Trump talk about Biden and his son. You're gonna hear Biden talk about Trump.
Taxes.
You're gonna hear Biden forget shit. You're gonna physically see him forget shit. And the fourth thing that will not happen, they will not speak about the nature of this country, what needs to be done, shit that needs to be fixed, real shit that needs to get taken care of. I guarantee you they ain't gonna talk that shit. It's gonna be talking points. Nothing is gonna be. It ain't gonna be no progress. That's why I was like, I'm not doing that shit. I'm good, yo. All that hope shit, I'm done with that shit. Give me some fucking action. Show me what the fuck you gonna do, and I'm good. Other than that, I'm straight.
All right, man. Parting shot, man. Who wanna go?
Terry gonna go first.
Okay,
Go ahead,
I'll
Terry.
go first. Yeah. Hey, I didn't get to really comment on y'all when y'all was talking about, the corporation. America itself is a corporation. Like me for myself, I'm LLC doing business at Terry Backus Enterprise. That's where I found my taxes at. That's where I found my loopholes at, using a corporation with a corporation. So I just wanted to say that and put that, and it's, about Breonna Taylor. I hope they can get us stuff and, heard with some kind of way, man.
Terry,
Hey,
Terry, I got a question before you start with your partner shot. You still got to pay taxes even though you're Muskogee?
Muskogee. Yeah, you still, just because what it is, because of the corporation. You see what I'm saying? It's still a corporation. That's how it go. It's still just a corporation, because, I do have a Social Security code. I do have an EIN number, but I actually, on the real, I ain't paid tax in 30 years. I've been on the streets. I ain't gonna lie. I've been on the streets, man. You know what I'm saying? To be real about it, you know what I'm saying? But there's a way about it. If you don't, how you gonna pay taxes on something that you earn? You're earning money. You ain't making a profit. You know what I mean? So they really getting at y'all, by paying taxes. You don't have to pay that shit, man. Really, you don't. File exempt like a pimp, right? For real. When I did work, like when I was in the union, I just filed exempt. Give me all my money now. Just give it all now. Take out, y'all say for my Social Security, take that out. I want all my money now. I might not be around in March. Who is gonna go to then? You see what I'm saying? So, it is what it is, man.
But we've been tricked to wait for that damn refund in the beginning.
Give me my money now. Give me mine now. I can file exempt. The thing says exempt, right? I'm exempt. When I was, working on, like that. But other than that, man, no, I ain't I don't remember last. I think I was a lifeguard at 16. You know what I mean?
All right, man. Who next, man? Who next, bro? Y'all making me late for the debate, man. Let's go.
Hey, good show. I'll see y'all brothers next week, man.
All right, bro. Love you, bro. Peace.
Yeah,
love y'all, man.
Hit me up. Hey, I just want to say it was good, man. And I hope they really bring this Breonna thing to justice, man, in the forefront for real.
Right.
And they find those guys guilty, man. All those cops for real, man. And I just
they ain't even charged him yet. They got to charge him for something first to find him guilty.
We're gonna find all that.
I hope so.
Everything gonna come out in the light. You know what I mean? The dead speak from the grave. Believe that.
Right.
And I just want to say, man, we just got to be aware of what's going on, man. Let's come together let's change these laws. Like my man Fubi talking about, man, let's get in and change some of this stuff, man, from the inside out, man. And let's stop sipping the Kool-Aid and looking what's really going on. You know what I'm saying? Straight up.
All right, bro. That what's up. All right, Food, what's up, man? Let's have it.
I was hoping to share my screen for my parting shot, but it won't let me because it's a yard sign that says "fuck them both" in 2020, and that's my parting shot, especially for the night with the debate.
Fuck them both.
That's my part. Well, and on top of that, like I said, y'all need to get these documentaries. Elementary genocide. This shit is so deep and it break down so much shit.
Yeah, I saw you post it. Yeah.
Y'all everybody need to buy these DVDs. It's 3 parts to it. I don't watch the first 2. The first one, watch it on Amazon Prime. If you type in elementary genocide, you're going to be able to see it. And the person who actually made the documentary, I went and saw him personally, and I was able to pick my DVDs up myself. Everybody need to have these shits, and you need to watch it with your kids. Good night, everybody.
All right, good night, homeboy. Good night, everybody. All right, y'all. This is the part where we sign off right here. Y'all, I want to thank everybody who tuned in to Overflow, the Everyday People Show. I hope y'all heard some new information that you didn't know. I appreciate it. And before I go, I'd like to dedicate this show to my homeboy. I just found out today that he was in a car accident, killed him in a car accident. He was a sheriff officer, Anthony White. I don't know if y'all know him or not. Anthony White, he was killed in a car accident today. I just got to confirm during the show, so kind of got heavy hard. I had to do the show heavy hard, kind of try to keep it going though. But he was a good guy, man. A friend of mine, very supportive for what I was doing. I really don't know what to say, really, you know what I'm saying? I really didn't absorb what happened yet. You know what I'm saying? A guy like him, man, played sports with him, went to school with him, grew up with him, hung out sometimes. Like I say, he was very supportive in my music, you know. And I don't know what I'm saying. I don't really know what to say, man, but I'm just gonna go out this last song, man. The Lord's Prayer, man, song that I recorded, the Lord's Prayer. Just say the Lord's Prayer, man. You know, just dedicated to my boy White, man. He, you know, man, I don't really too much know what to say about this. You know what I'm saying? I don't know too much of the details, but I just want to give a shout out to my boy Anthony White. I love you, man. See you when I get there, bro. You had a good life, man. Peace.
Thank you, Father, who art in heaven. That's where you dwell. Hallowed thou be. Hallowed thou be. Your holy name. Thy come, let it come, oh come. Thou will be done. When it's all over, there will be done on earth. You made it alone, only you. As it is. Thank you, Father. Thank you, Father. Give us this day. This day you made, like no other, like no other. Feed me till I want no more. And forgive us. 'Cause we know we do wrong. We know we do wrong. Our Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Thine is the kingdom, the power and glory, forever and ever. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Thine is the kingdom, the power and glory, forever and ever. Thine is the kingdom, the power and glory, forever and ever. Thine is the kingdom, the power and glory, forever and ever. For thine is the kingdom, the power and glory, forever and ever. For thine is the kingdom, the power and glory, forever and ever. Yes, we do.